You're asking for more reforms. Specifically, what policy interventions would you like to see from the government?
So exactly. So there I feel that the Indian manufacturing suffers from two basic things and two or three small things which are big things in some ways. The cost of capital is very high in India. The cost of power is very high in India. And then there are issues around predictability of policy and the irritants that are there in getting permission here and there, which the government is trying to unwind. But it's not that easy. Some fall in state governments and some fall in other places. So you take solar panels. What is solar panels? Solar panels is a cost of capital gain. And so, the smallest utility in China, the smallest company in China that makes solar panels makes more than all of India's capacity. So those are kind of discrepancies that we have.
Minister Goyal, you want to respond to this predictability of policy, uncertainty of contract execution, cost of capital and the cost of power. Do you want to respond to these concerns and how you are hoping to address them?
Is that for me?
Yes, sir.
Well, very clearly, these are the most important elements that any investor, both in India or internationally, would be looking for. Over the last almost 3 or 4 months, we've been engaged with industry on a deep dive to assess which are the sectors where we have maximum resonance and capabilities to be able to engage with the rest of the world. And there's a lot of effort going in, which is private sector led. So we have our Indian industry, which has formed a team along with CII, FICCI, ASSOCHAM, and they are assessing the need for policy change in several sectors, which can help us really evolve as a manufacturing hub, take our manufacturing to $1 trillion level, that's about 75 lakh crore rupees, and see if we can also look for $1 trillion export business going forward. Again, 75 lakh rupees of exports. Both of these having some overlap and also having huge potential for jobs. Clearly, policy stability is a very, very important element that comes out of every interaction. You can clearly see there are disadvantages in the cost of power and the cost of logistics to some extent, which have to be addressed. Cost of capital, interest cost, we've of course been able to reduce over the last 2 or 3 years, but we still have a long way to go. We still need to see that fall by at least another 150 basis points. And these are areas, each one of these, which we are addressing. But we'll have to work with the states. We recognize that. And what we are doing is that we are engaging with the states in a competitive framework, throwing a challenge to the states to accept in terms of will they give a firm price for power for 10 years at least? Which are the states which are willing to look at improving the environment for labor? Which are the states which are ready to give single window clearances and ensure all approvals in a time-bound manner without bureaucracy, cutting the red tape, mostly digital? Which are the states which are willing to go that extra mile in terms of hand-holding industry along with the center? So it'll be a collaborative effort. I'm delighted to share with you one of the first states which came forward and called me up and said, look, you have a blank paper, you tell me what has to be done and we want to do it, was Uttar Pradesh. Maharaj Yogi Adityanath, the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, has been more proactive than any other state in the country in terms of wanting to attract investments. Goa Chief Minister, he's been at my back that we really want to push investments into Goa for environment-friendly products. Help us and we're ready to do what you advise us. Different states at different levels are coming forward. Telangana has done good work in terms of attracting pharmaceutical and the API industry. So we are looking at sectoral focus and working with the states to debureaucratize, cut the red tape. I can share with you some of the sectors. They are very, very exciting opportunities in India. The scale at which we are looking at transforming is not small. For example, furniture. We've done a very deep dive into furniture. We had a presentation last Friday by all the experts from the industry along with one of the international consulting firms. And we believe furniture alone has a potential to expand manufacturing to $50 billion in India. That's 3,50,000 crores. Not a small amount. It can provide over 25, 30 lakh people with quality, well-paying jobs or working opportunities. Our carpenters will be recognized the world over, and nobody will ever have to go to Milan to buy furniture or Miami or Dubai. They will all come to India to buy furniture. We have that self-confidence. We have the ability. We are working in partnership with industry, with experts, to see how we can engage and enable all of them to succeed.